Howdy. Nearly senior citizen here. Boys and girls, and welcome to this. A brand new day. Yay, brand new day. Definitely a thumbs up. Now for the quick Shelton. Wow, that was a nice whistle, wasn't it? Shelton, Washington weather and Walkies report, because I went Walkies last night. It's raining now, and it was raining last night. I had to take my big old umbrella with me, and when I've been going Walkies the past couple of days, mine soaked from the knees down. My feet are soaked, my shoes are soaked, everything is just wet. And amazingly, when it's bad weather, that's when I'm most likely to get antsy to want to go out. When it's cold, when it's raining, I can't wait to get out there and start tromping around. When it's pleasant, that's when I'm in here at 8 o'clock and playing games and going, I really need to go Walkies before I go to bed. I better do it now. So, I don't understand my brain. I just live in it. So, thumbs up for that. But it's raining now. It's still raining. And Amelia, the kitty, is in the window. She's got her head right at where the window opening is, and she's sleeping in the windowsill again. Just watching and smelling the world go by. I mean, there's not much to watch. It's just forest out there. You know, not much happens. You know, pine needles fall, leaves fall, branches sway in the wind, squirrels run around. You can smell greenery and life and fungus and decay. So she sniffs that and she just watches, and it's cool. Definitely a thumbs up on that. Now, I have not given my little hamster a name yet. It's going to happen. It just hasn't happened yet. Now, this little guy isn't quite a ghost because I'm up early. You know, I was up at 4 o'clock this morning from pain, and I stayed in bed till almost 4:30, just flip-flopping and daydreaming and trying to at least rest. Finally, I get up because I'm so uncomfortable. The only thing that I'm getting out of staying in bed is it's warm. Everything else is bad, so why stay in bed? So I get up and then I dress and I'm warm. When I come in here, he's up and running, and that's good. But 7 o'clock, by the time I started recording here, well, 7:05 approximately when I started recording. Late day today, thumbs up. He'd been sleeping already for at least an hour. But he's getting a lot better. When I stick my hand in to pick him up, he doesn't freak out. I don't come in like this. Again, that's predator movement, and they have instincts. They can't help it. You come in like a predator, they're going to react like prey. So I do my darndest to come in and scoop, because there are very few predators that they deal with that come in underneath like that, and so it doesn't freak them out. It's not predator motion. So I was scooping him up, and I'm able to just pick him up. I don't have to grab him. I just have my fingers up like this is kind of a cage, and then I just lift him, and he doesn't freak out, and I can bring him out and then let him run around, and I can put him back in, and again, I'm having to hold him like this, and then I put him down and then let go, and he's not freaking out. So thumbs up for that. He's a good little guy, and it's awesome. Definitely a thumbs up for that. Now, again, he's not all that active at times when I'm awake, but that's okay. That's okay. You know, I love cats, and just having the cat in the window over there makes me feel good. Just knowing that there's a hamster in there makes me feel good. I don't need to see them to know that they're there. Occasionally, I just have to look inside. It's like, where are you, little guy? And I can see like a little bit of movement in the corner as he's breathing and some of the bedding moves. And it's like, oh. So it's a good thing. Definitely a thumbs up on that. So what else do we have on my list over here? This one has to do just, it's a really minor thing, but the tech companies really want to go full digital, further than they've gone now, because the less that we actually own, the better. Because, you know, if they can sell it to us digitally, they don't have to give us a physical product. If they don't have to make a physical product, that saves a whole lot of money. In fact, it's like with things like this chair here, you know how there's holes they put in chairs? You can barely see, but there's holes that they have. The holes aren't put in there for anything other than if you take that bit of material out and you do that to 8 chairs, you've saved enough material, you can make a 9th chair. So you've made a new chair out of nothing. You've saved money by yanking material out of all the other chairs. The more holes you have, the less material it takes to make a chair. The less material it makes to make a chair, the more chairs you can make and sell. Can't remember where I was leading up to that. Oh yes, digital stuff. Because the less they have to physically sell you, the better for them. And especially if everything runs on servers, like it's one of the reasons they go for live services. Number one, they can charge you. And number two, businesses hate being in competition with themselves. Businesses don't want you playing their old games. They want you to buy and play their new games. So having a game that you can continue to play that doesn't make them money is bad. So if they have a live service and they're not making money anymore, they turn off the servers and then all of your games die. They never load up again because they need the server to tell them it's okay to load. The server doesn't talk to them anymore. The game never loads. You can't play it anymore. They're not in competition with themselves. You have to buy the new game. So digital is the future. Not for us, not for convenience, for them. Let's see if I can remember where I was going with this. Yes, because looking at my topics list. One of the bad parts about it, and it can be good though, can be good depending on how you do it, and Google did it wrong. Google Stadia is finally going the way of the dinosaur. They've closed their games things. They're not going to do any more first-party things. They're just going to be licensing out their tech, and they're still keeping it as a service, but they're not going to put any real work into it, and it's doomed. It's doomed. 14 months after they started it, it was supposed to be the future. It's doomed. It's going to die finally. Anybody who could take a look at the world knew that this was not going to work. We do not have, in most parts of the world, especially in the US, any sort of internet infrastructure where you can stream for any distance and be able to play any game well. Some people who had Stadia had streaming that was, halfway across the world, and they still had almost instantaneous stuff. They could play action games. And some people in the same cities as where some of the servers were, it's click, boing. So what are you going to do? We do not have the infrastructure necessary for everybody to be able to do it. But again, that's the way they want it to be, where you're not actually purchasing even a right to something. It's just they're going to load up their image on their software and then just stream you the results. Ugh. I like physical copies of things just because I like things, and I don't like people being able to take my things away. So as much as I like Steam, and I've got a lot of Steam games, I also hate the fact that it's all digital. And if Steam ever goes away, that's a lot of games that are gone. On the other hand, it's global climate change and biodiversity collapse isn't going to matter. The human race is going to be dead within 100 years anyway. I hope not. I sincerely hope not. But capitalism is in charge, and unregulated capitalism is cancerous. And it's been cancerous for a long time. And there's really no one there to knock the people in charge out of the seats. We are racing as a species right towards a cliff wall. We're going 100 miles an hour. The people that are in charge have a big cinder block on the accelerator pedal, so we're going faster and faster. We're going to hit that wall in less than 100 years. For a while, of course, the people in back will be okay, because like a big train, everybody in front, all the poor people, we're going to get crushed and killed. But by the time the rich people in the back, with all the crashing, crushing, and death up front, they're going to just coast to a halt, and then they'll survive until it's all over. So yay. Not that I really hope anything like that happens. I really lean left Billionaires are dragons, and dragons are the enslavers and destroyers of humanity. Dragons need to be killed and their wealth redistributed. And I also have bat rescue channels. Oh my God, I don't know why. I don't know why. As I've mentioned, though, we don't choose what we like. Find something you don't like and say, I like this now. And then, focus things on it. You might gain an appreciation for it. You might say, boy, these things are kind of cool, but are you going to like it? Or are you just going to be tolerating it and having appreciation for it? You don't choose what you like or dislike. Or choose something that you really, really like and say, I hate this now. And then treat it like you hate it. 10 years from now, are you still going to hate it? Or are you still going to be like, God, I wish I could go back to loving this thing again. I really like it. We don't choose what we like and dislike. We discover it. So, I don't know why rescue bat channels are just so awesome to me now. More and more and more. Especially flying fox bats. I guess they're primarily Australian because they're like larger bats and they eat fruit. And they are frickin' cute as all get out. I am so glad that these people have not rescue channels, but they do rescues where they go and they have to euthanize a lot of them. Unfortunately, it's better than letting them die naturally. But they rescue as many as they can, and they release as many as they can. And the thing about, especially the flying fox bats, is the young bats bond really, really hard with their mothers, and their mothers spend a lot of time just preening over them in the first couple weeks of life. And then, of course, they become rebellious teenagers, push away, move out, and then not move out, but they're not clingy. They're not clingy teenagers. They start becoming just older, mature bats, and then they become mature bats and aren't really interested in their mothers anymore. So it's painful to be a bat rescuer because you have to bond hard with these little things because they need that preening attention. You have to spend time with them, and they bond hard with you too. They know who mommy is. They get happy and they clamber over to see you when you come in, if they're up and into the wandering stage then. And then they turn away, and then when you let them go, they fly away and they don't even look back. My heart. On the one hand, it's sad, but on the other hand, it's like a really, really good thing. They're back out in the wild where they need to be, and that's a good thing. I mean, the wild is horrible. It's, I've said it before, say it again. I can't remember who originally said it, some poet or another. Nature is red in tooth and claw. It is literally eat or be eaten, kill or be killed. There is cooperation. It is not all vile transactional in that one of us is going to die. There is cooperation and more out there. After all, there are fungus plants, and I'm back to fungus because it's amazing. There is a type of plant that taps into the fungus, the same type of fungus that does a network of roots among various trees that connects them in kind of an internet. There is a plant that attaches and gives nothing to the fungus, but the fungus knows it's there, and the fungus helps the plant, and the plant grows, and then using a combination of plant and fungus mechanisms, the plant reproduces. The fungus gets nothing out of this. When it's dealing with trees, it gets food from the trees and it gives food to the trees. With this plant, it gets nothing from the plant, but it helps it live anyway. And it's not parasitic. I mean, it's parasitic in that it's not giving anything to the fungus, but the fungus could fight it off and kill it. The fungus has just said, you, please, come here. Amazing. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I'm not reading the comments right now, except accidentally. I'm just thanking you for having left a comment. Good, bad, and different. You took the time. You expended the calories. Thank you very much. If I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker, and even though I count American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand with my depression, fibromyalgia, ADHD, and more, I'm sometimes lucky I can remember what day it is. So we have Dragon IGG, thumbs up and thank you. Sierra Tapper, thank you for the information. I'm going to give that a shot. Little Rosie ASMR, thumbs up and thank you. And then I already thanked you once, so I'm not in a bad way. It's just I need to thank other people too. Outdated base covers, thumbs up. Russian timing, good to see you in the comments. And we have Stanky's Brick Films, thank you. Melissa R, good to see you in comments. Louis Guedes, LUIS GUEDES. Kerem Bahar, KEREMBAHAR, thumbs up and thank you. This one is a combination of symbols like SEO and then something I have no idea, but thank you. Lost Boy, greatly appreciated. Nolan Navid, thank you very, very much. James Marshall, greatly appreciated. Emiliano Rivera, thumbs up and thank you. Mini Chopper Official 570, greatly appreciated. Tommy Nilsson, thank you for the information, good to see you. Gory Gaming, thumbs up and thank you. Level 25 Printer, I like the name. We have Cameron Bush, thank you very much. JUUSONIEMINEN, I don't know how to pronounce that, but thank you very much. Mr. Sweatsalot 69, nice name, thank you very, very much. Denial, good to see you in the comments. Hellboy, thumbs up and thank you. And then we have Ricky Bettini, thank you very, very much, good to see you. And Noor, NOORABUJABAL, thumbs up and thank you also very, very much. I wish I could pronounce names better. I'm an American English speaker. I wish I could. But still, again, no offense meant. But thank you all so very much. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people, and that is a very good thing and greatly appreciated. If you could check out my various links down below, I have Twitter, Facebook, Patreon.com. If you could become a Patreon.com patron, like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. And if you'd like to help me out financially without sending money through the patronage, I have a PayPal link down below. And if you'd like to help me out without sending money at all, I have an Amazon wishlist link as well with things like cat food, hamster bedding, silly things, not silly things. If you could check it out, that would be very cool. Do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled. And if you cannot donate, or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest, so thank you very much. And if you could toss me a like, I appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. And of course, if you could hit the notification bell and the subscription button, that would be very, very cool. Greatly appreciated. Well, good golly, Miss Molly. The lobster hat wearing duckhead of judgment suffers from a surplus of scorn. It is ready, not eager, but ready to cast that scorn upon any and all it finds disappointing. Its mockery is severe. Do not disappoint the lobster hat-wearing duckhead of judgment. It suffers from a surplus of scorn. And of course, Black Lives Matter. Good golly, Miss Molly. And justice for everybody, the jackbooted, brown-shirted fascist thugs in police uniforms who keep beating, brutalizing, and murdering American citizens in their homes and on the streets. Joy. So I've got stuff to do today. I have a video I need to edit and render and then upload. I've got other things I'd love to record, and so we'll see what happens there. I got phone calls that hopefully I'm gonna make. I'm scruffy. I need to shower and shave. I'm clean. I still, sponge bath. I take a washcloth to all my trouble spots because the last thing I want to do is be dirty or offensive. Ugh. So, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is a very good thing. So, unless you have to go out, please stay in. If you have to go out, wear a mask, wash your hands, try not to touch your face. Definitely practice your social distancing. This is not like the flu. This is not just a cold. This is far more fatal and far more contagious than you think. So just please be careful. And practice your self-care. Be as creative as you can. And I will see you.